Hey guys, how are you doing? This is Zed from Zed Outdoors and I hope you're having an awesome day. So I am at the Bowl Gathering 2018, which is held in Hereford, which is in the west of England. The location is at Brookhouse Woods, which for many years was the residence of renowned chairmaker Mike Abbott. Now this is a bowl gathering centered around the wooden bowl, using many different techniques and many different types of wooden receptacles. I've been here for the past couple of days attending a pre-fest course, and now what you're about to see in the rest of the video is the main event. Today is a Friday and this is running through until Sunday. And what you have renowned teachers from all over the world and also all over the UK running demonstrations, running workshops, tutorials, seminars, etc. This has been organised primarily by Will Sinclair and Sharif Adams, who you'll be seeing shortly in the video. What my intention is with this video is to give you a flavour, a little bit of an insider in terms of what's going on here in the environment and the many things to see, do, learn and practice. So without further ado, I hope you enjoy the rest of this video.
Piles of logs ready to cleave in half and become bowl blanks. We will chainsaw up a big batch of bowl blanks for people to go and help yourself to. We're not going to bring them out here just because it's really sunny a lot of the time and windy, and you know the logs might dry out and get cracked, or they're going to be kept in the best condition over there. If you're in need of a log, you know, it's very likely that someone's going to go and take a round, which is enough wood for 2 bowls, split it in half, take half of it and go off and start turning a bowl. Have a look around, you know, if near kind of cleaving and axe block areas, there may well be some half rounds of logs which are going begging. So do, you know, try and make economical use of the wood. We've got a good amount, but obviously, you know, we have paid for it and we want it to be used efficiently. Or Adrian might sew you up, I don't know, he's threatening sutures. So yeah, we've got Penny, Adrian, Owen is also a first aider. Are there any other first aiders here that would be happy to?
I'm very, very glad that and grateful that Will stepped forward to host it here in this wonderful location. Amazingly set up for this sort of event in a central location in the UK. Makes it easy for everybody, those nutters that live up north, to come down and get involved. And so yeah, I'm just feeling a lot of gratitude really for the sort of community of people that are gathered here and all the people that have put a lot of work in to make it happen. The whole idea really just came about because when I started turning, there were very few people doing that, and it was a big struggle and it was very slow progress. Part of the reason I got into teaching was just to sort of make that easier for other people and to sort of share some of the passion, share some of the joy that I get from turning. And so this is just another way for hopefully spread this further and encourage more people to get involved. You know, navigating unknown territory like that on your own is very sort of slow and arduous, and spending even just 3 or 4 hours with somebody who spent a lot of time doing that really can shift you forward quite far. And there's been I'm really excited actually about how far things have moved just in the last sort of 5 or 6 years, with more and more people turning and some incredibly talented people pushing things further and further all the time. So it's a really exciting time. And
it's quite a tight lip in that. But it removes stuff pretty quickly. So that's
slits of the front, and you can already see that it starts to look nice and round. So it's just as simple as that. And if you would have wanted to do corrections in symmetry or otherwise, it would have been good if you'd done it before, because it gets more difficult and there's more facets to handle if you see that anything should be different. Okay, of course it's just a model that we make, but it's the same with a bigger mug.
Right, so it's pretty flat. If you want it more concave, so it sits very flat, you can come in then just straight, gently, and just put a little bit in like that. There we go, so it's going to sit flat. Okay, so that's the base. Shall we move on to the top end? Well, we're going to do it. We're just going to go for it. Edge, this end, you don't want to be coming up and just going over the edge because it all just breaks apart. You've actually got to put your edge in. It's pretty similar to what we did at the bottom. You're going to cut across it. Let's get this out. Maybe that. Let's get this right. We're going to shear across the face again. Like we did at the base.
fine.
That'd be criminal. I'd want my money back if we did that.
You know, you saw the process. Small curvy, pot-bellied or whatever.
Actually, if I do that, then I can let the back of the bevel rub on the upstroke. Oh, and is it this one that I need to get the positive leftward pressure? Yeah, that's it. Twist it as you're moving upwards a little bit. It's not cutting. Well, you're not doing it right. Exactly. Right. I'm gonna stand where you have stand how you would normally turn. Yeah. What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna control the ends slightly. So you do what you would do normally, and if you feel me pressuring it, turn it a little bit. Okay. I think I want to do that. Okay. Or that. Yep. No. Ah.
Try and get that joint right. Yes, nice and fine.
If you get over by the yellow bucket in my tent, over okay, just not it's quite dry and hard as well.
Yeah, as long as you don't panic about the fact that you just medically get yourself in the space to actually drive that treadle over and over.
Oh, when I came home on Tuesday night, as drunk could be, I saw a coat behind the door when my old coat should be. So I calls my wife and I says to her, will you kindly tell to me who owns that coat behind the door when my old coat should be? Ah, you drunk, you silly old fool, still you cannot see that's a woolen blanket that my mother sent to me. Oh, and many a day I travelled 100 mile or more, a blanket with some buttons on I never saw before. Oh, when I came home on Wednesday night, as drunk could be, I saw some boots just by the bed where my old boots should be. So I calls my wife and I says to her, will you kindly tell to me who owns those boots just by the bed where my old boots should be? Ah, you drunk, you silly old fool, still you cannot see they're geranium pots that my mother sent to me. Oh, and many a day I travelled 100 mile or more, geranium pots with laces in I never saw before. Oh, when I came home on Thursday night, as drunk could be, I saw a pipe upon the chair where my old pipe should be. So I calls my wife and I says to her, will you kindly tell to me who owns that pipe upon the chair where my old pipe should be? Ah, you drunk, you silly old fool, still you cannot see that's a lovely tin whistle that my mother sent to me. Oh, and many a day I travelled 100 mile or more, a whistle with tobacco in I never saw before. Oh, when I came home on Friday night, as drunk could be, I saw a head upon the bed where my old head should be. So I calls my wife and I says to her, will you kindly tell to me who owns that head upon the bed where my old head should be? Ah, you drunk, you silly old fool, still you cannot see That's a baby boy that my mother sent to me. Oh, and many a day I travelled 100 mile or more. A baby boy with his whiskers on I never saw before. Bowls is a bird in spring. My love for bowls is a rose on the water. My love for bowls is a precious thing. My love for bowls is a fire in winter. My love for bowls is a bird in spring. My love for bowls is a rose on the water. My love for bowls is a precious thing. My love for bowls is a fire in winter. My love for bowls is a bird in spring. My love for bowls is a rose on the water. My love for bowls is a precious thing. My love for bowls is a fire in winter.
My love for spoons, and now
The heart of the forest, high in the sky as the roots go down in the deep dark earth. Trees stand tall in the heart of the forest, high in the sky as the roots go down in the deep dark earth. Trees stand tall in the heart of the forest, high in the sky as the roots go down in the deep dark earth. Trees stand tall in the heart of the forest, high in the sky as the roots go down in the deep dark earth. Trees stand tall in the heart of the forest, high in the sky as the roots go down in the deep dark earth. Trees stand tall in the heart of the forest. The hench is doing it on the floor at the beginning of it. Still need to roll that.
Scenes or something, eh? Yeah, I feel like because we got the spot. Yeah. Because he's willing to do it. Oh, hey.
I think that's what we're going to have to go for. We play Euro. Weighs per pound for road. I don't know.
It's a bit of stage fright now for me. On my bigger boat with a bigger mandrel, but I forgot it up in the north, so I don't think I will be driving home for to get this one. So the speed on the lathe for the bigger bowls is not exactly what I wanted, but never mind.
think, if I look at it, that this is coming out of this at 90 degrees. If it's not coming out at 90 degrees, it'll wobble ever so slightly, and it becomes quite difficult to. It means your blank's eccentric. It does that as it spins, and until you get rid of the roughing out stage, it just makes it that bit harder. Okay. By giving it a sharp. Quick run through what we do with the bottom of the bowl.
So, Mr. Gary Baker,
Yes.
how is it going?
It's going very well, thank you, Zed.
Excellent. So, for those watching the video, me and Gary have been connected for a while on social media. This is the first time we've met in person at the bowl gathering. So, you're essentially an Englishman living in France, is that correct?
That is correct, yeah. I've been in France for 13 years now. I'm a green woodworker, and there's not many of us in France at the moment.
Is that English green woodworkers or general green woodworkers?
Well, general
Yeah.
green woodworkers. We've got Jane Mickleborough in Brittany. I don't know, a few French people who are beginning to get into it now, but they're a long way from where I live, so I don't have a lot of contact. So I thought I'd come and meet everybody.
Excellent. And so for those that may not be familiar with Gary's work, you you do the turning at the Gedalong Castle, is that correct?
That is correct. I'm the wood turner at Gedlong Castle. I've been working at Castle 8 years now, I do believe, and I do demonstrations, bowl turning demonstrations.
And for those that may not be familiar, it's essentially a 13th century recreation, is that correct?
It's building a 13th century castle from scrap using 13th century techniques, so no modern machinery or equipment.
And there was a very famous documentary, is that correct, series?
The BBC came and filmed over several months, and it was called Secrets of the Castle.
And did you make an appearance on that?
I did make an appearance. I turned a pulley for the well.
Oh, lovely. Excellent stuff. So at the moment, just in the video earlier, we were showing you turning, is this a cookser, essentially?
Well, yeah, a handled cup or a cookser, yeah. So I've turned the outside, the inside, and now I'm just trimming the band that's left, and then finish off the handle later on.
Excellent stuff. Well, Gary, I appreciate your time. Thank you, buddy.
Thank you very much, Steve.
Dog. What are you doing? Someone told me a nice story about blacksmithing yesterday. That flamenco music has come from blacksmithing. That's where the rhythms come from in flamenco. He's got a Spanish daughter out in Andalusia, and there's some songs about blacksmiths and about how the hammer and the rhythm of the men working in the villages informed the music, which I'd never heard. So that was quite nice.
What do you need, Amy?
So, and the axe is going to go in a circle and try to use, you can feel when you use your whole body weight to get a, okay? Okay.
But that's also and your hands are just not used to using it. I mean, I can.
Sometimes referred to as craftsmanship of risk. You never know what you will get. It can be stuff inside, old bark damages or whatever. And then you have to do something else. So you will change what you are making, but not destroy it. It will just become something else, a bit different.
Like the famous sculptors, isn't that? When they had to use chunks of marble, they never quite knew what was on the inside of them, yeah?
Well, I think they pretty well knew.
Yeah.
Could have cracks as well. Yeah. To have ideas that
So there you go, my friends. That is a wrap for the Bulb Gathering 2018. This is the Saturday late afternoon. Regrettably, I have to make a move. I've got other commitments. However, this runs through until Sunday evening. I've had the most amazing time here. It's been great to get a lot of inspiration, a lot of ideas, and a lot of skills under my belt that I can't wait to go back home and try. There's also a range of skill here as well. There's all the way from complete beginners to people that are very, very experienced. There is no ego here whatsoever. It's all about learning skills, about sharing skills regardless of what your skill level is, and it's about getting inspired. So needless to say, I will put a link below to the bowl gathering should you wish to find out more information. And also, like I mentioned in this video, this is held at the Brookhouse Woods, which is the historic location that was the residence for many years of the famous chair maker Mike Aber. It's now run by Will Sinclair, who's doing a lot of amazing courses here, a lot of amazing projects, such as chair making, stool making, lathe making, etc. He brings in a lot of experienced tutors from elsewhere. So needless to say, if you go to that link that I'll put down below, where you also find out about this event, you'll also find out about the many things that are going on here at Brookhouse Woods. One quick thing I will add is in the future, I will hopefully, if logistics permit and timing permits, would love to come back here and do a video about the woods itself. Brookhouse has some amazing history and a lot of things that's going on, and I would love to do a video to kind of learn myself and also share with you a lot of what's going on here. So stay tuned for that. Hopefully that will be in the distant future where I'll be able to share that video. And so with that being said, I really sincerely appreciate you watching. I know this is a very bitty video. That's because there was a lot going on and I wanted to give you a little sample of all the myriad of things that you can get up to while at the bowl gathering. So I sincerely appreciate you watching, and I hope whatever you're doing, you have a blessed day, a blessed week ahead. This is Ed from Zed Outdoors. Peace out.